Hi all, welcome to our vision board community. Today we are introducing our new success stories in our vision board, and maybe this girl is inspiring to everyone because sometimes I also thinking like that a girl can do anything from families to the community, everything. But I think most of the people are really wonder how we can achieve these things and all. So maybe this girl, in this community, in the data community, whoever really working and really reading this article in the LinkedIn, this girl. And welcome back to Priya. Priya, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Give you some kind of positive because when you see this Priya smile also, you can see how she's really happy right now. And the success stories as a Bayesian, like once you complete the degree, then directly jump into the Bayesian, then the girl can achieve this much of kind of things because cracking the companies and jumping to the current position to another position. It was really wonderful story, Priya. So we are really want to know about your success stories, how it will be like that.
Okay, so there are many factors, many people who have played a major role in my success story. So the very first will be Wipro, of course, because when I entered in, when it was the first day in the office, I hardly knew how to interact because I was a person who was into studies and all, no minimum interaction, So it was very tough for me to interact with the other, batchmates that I have. But later
Yes.
on, as I got into projects, as I started interaction, that later on I got to chance to speak in front of many people. Okay, so Wipro has helped me to groom myself both professionally also and mentally also. Okay,
Mm,
so later on I got a chance to present in front of Stellantis CIO. Okay,
mm,
now every team member looks at me. Okay, she's so bold, she's so confident. So the
mm.
major role has played by Wipro because once you have the platform right and you are hardworking, right? So
Yes.
that mixture of platform plus hard works, it's
Mm,
always equal to a success story, right?
yes,
So yeah,
Priya. That is really wonderful because Priya, and before that, you can give some kind of introduction also. I think where are you from actually? How the journey like that because you are not from the IT background also, right? When you come into this IT, you learn it much faster than that. So can you give the success stories of that path also? Maybe that will inspiring any of the person in our community, right?
sure. So first of all, I had no, I was not aware of Wipro or any IT company. I was not sure of making a career in IT until I got the opportunity to enroll into bulk program in my final year of my college. So I did bachelor's in science and that was in physics, chemistry, mathematics. But there was a program going on and it was Wipro off campus drive. And my professors informed me. I filled the form, I prepared it, and I got into the interview. And within one day, all the three rounds were happened like aptitude. There was then technical round. There was an HR round. And
Hmm.
within 1 week, I got a mail from my college that okay, you are selected here.
Hmm.
And so that was the day when the journey started. But that was also the day when the struggle has started. Why? Because I was a girl, as I said, home to college and college to home. That's it. No
Yes.
exploring and all. So for me, for my parents especially, it was very tough for me to send me out of Delhi because I'm
Hmm.
based out of Delhi and my
Hmm.
base location was Pune. So it was tough for
Oh,
them to send back to Pune, to pursue
okay.
my job. And also, there is no history of working women at that time in our
Hmm.
family. Now,
Hmm.
so much changes are there.
You
Everyone
are
is
the first
independent.
member, right? I think out
Yeah,
of, yeah.
yeah. So that was a feeling of proud. Though I struggled, but I was able to because parents at the end they want child's happiness, right? If you're
Hmm. Yeah.
crying, they're definitely going to melt. And then I shifted to Pune, and that
Hmm.
too I came alone, right? Everyone came with their families and all, but
At your 21 age, right? At your
yeah,
21 age,
21
you are
age.
moving.
So first
Hmm.
time, it was very, it's a very nostalgic feeling that, first time you are traveling in a flight and all. That
Uh,
was a very proud moment also for my family And for me also, it was like, I'm living in a dream that time.
Mm.
And then the things started. Then my journey in Wipro started.
Mm.
At the beginning, I faced some challenges. Okay, so my training was in Java Advanced. Everyone will be
Okay.
going through some sort of training for a particular day. Let's say in our case, it was 45 days. So my
Mm.
training was on Java Advanced. Now again, here is the challenge. So I'm not sure like what is Java, what is Java Advanced. So even
Mm.
if my friend is explaining to me, it was tough for me to understand how the initialization works, why it is
Mm.
important, why they're writing int I is equal to 10, why.
Mm.
So
Okay.
that's where I opted to watch YouTube tutorials. Okay,
Mm.
there
Mm.
I got to know. Okay, this is the reason that initialization is important. I got to
Mm.
know internals. I started from C programming, then I jumped
Mm.
into Java programming because I was told that C programming is the mother of all programming language. You have to
Yes.
first learn that, right?
Mm. Mm.
So after that, I completed my training. I got my first project, and yes,
Oh.
I'll say I was lucky because whatever project I served into, seniors were always good, were supportive, they are
Oh.
helpful, and it is when you get the right opportunity, especially in the beginning of itself, I got into data engineering project. So it
Mm.
is also good that you got the right opportunity, you got the right people, and you
Yes.
have the right, determination and hard work to make that thing, make that work well, right? So yeah, that is about how Wipro has helped me. And later period of time, I attended so many trainings,
Mm.
certifications, and in project also I excelled.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see you in the LinkedIn also, right? Because we also each know each other, so definitely we know these kind of posts, right, Priya? So it is remarkable because when we sharing the knowledge also, because as a girl, when I can direct you, I can able to help you, right? Priya, this is the one you can do because I can see your inspiration, your determination at the any point of time. If we some kind of help we will get, like in our community also, it will be
Right.
really good. Yeah. So that is actually I didn't get in my early career because that is the reason I can consider you as a you also my little sister, right? Some kind of we can also talking when we are talking about we can share these kind of inspirations also. I think we have one more thing. And my just as a fresher because when you completed your degree, so how difficult was the transition like that? Because you are the 21 age as a girl and you don't know anything about the computer, then coming into this field from your first member in your family, so how the difficulty was there that time?
Difficulty was there, okay, in getting the things
Mm,
understand. Let's say one of
mm,
my friend is able to code, okay, a
mm,
simple code, right? Sum of two numbers. But I'm not
mm.
able to code that. Why? Because until and unless I know what is happening in the background, how they are
Yes.
writing the code, I'll not be able to write it, right? So that's where there is one YouTube channel, Programming Knowledge, right,
Mm,
in YouTube.
mm.
So I started watching that each and every tutorial and I practiced also. Side by side I practiced. So I think in
Oh.
IT is only field in which no matter from which background you are coming,
Mm,
tutorials are there, institutes
mm,
are there to help you, your
mm,
friends and colleagues are there to help you,
mm,
and you can leverage that platform and you can bring it into your practice. Okay,
mm,
so that's how I solved that difficulty.
mm, mm,
Similarly, in case of SQL also,
mm.
so earlier I was not aware if there is a platform called Geeks for Geeks, but my
Yeah.
seniors introduced to me in my first project. This is the platform. This is where you have to start, and this is
Mm,
the importance, and this is how you have to practice, right?
mm.
Learn, practice, and implement in the project.
Yes.
So that's how I did.
And one more thing, these days our internet has major role, right, compared to the past. So we will get anything is available readily in the internet and also because
Right, right.
even the people are really stuck in somewhere. For example, if you don't have a degree or different background, it doesn't no matter. The success stories we can able to make when we put hard work, determination, consistency in our life. And Priya, one more thing, if anyone asking for you for a help, like Priya, actually, how we can transition, for example, any kind of background to data as a fresher, or you already know, right, as a degree engineer. a degree, after the degree there's an engineer. How you can direct them? Because I'm getting this question in my LinkedIn and my YouTube also. Can you give some kind of helping hand?
Like you're asking transition to a data engineer.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so everyone, like, this is the common question because data engineering is in demand. No
Mm,
matter whether there are layoffs or not, but the
mm,
data engineer jobs are in demand.
in
So
demand.
the path is simple. Okay, the roadmap is simple. First, you have to get one programming language done.
Mm,
Make sure you have cleared all the core concepts and at least you do the basic DSA. Because
mm,
nowadays, what is happening? They're not asking simple coding questions, right? When it comes to Python or Scala or any
mm,
programming language of yours,
mm,
they are asking intermediate questions, especially if
mm,
you're an experienced person. So it's
mm,
better when you're learning a programming language, not only you solve the core concept, not only you understand them, but
mm,
you practice the intermediate part also. Meaning, practice some DSA concept. You practice strings question. You
mm,
practice arrays question on hacker group. If
mm.
that is one. Then you have to learn SQL very well. For
Um,
SQL, there are a lot of platforms. One is everyone know Ankit Bansal playlist.
mm,
Second that I always refer is SQLshack.com. And
mm.
third is your Geeks for Geeks, right? There are a lot
Mm,
of platforms available for SQL. Now,
mm,
once these two things are clear, you can
mm,
go with Hadoop. Now,
mm,
no matter you are switching to cloud, but
mm,
knowing the basic, knowing
mm,
the fundamentals is important. You should
mm,
know what is big data, what is Hadoop, what is HDFS, YARN, MapReduce,
mm,
everything. In
mm,
YouTube also you can refer, and
mm.
in Geeks for Geeks also there is a detailed explanation of entire Hadoop architecture and all the
Actually,
basics.
in the cloud also, they are asking the questions like big data, yeah, and these kind of things. Yeah, in the cloud engineer position also.
Right, they are asking. So even if you're cloud, even if you're opting for let's say Azure data engineer, okay,
Mm,
they are not directly jumping into Azure data engineer interview question. It depends also on company to company. Maybe they will directly jump into, Azure Data Factory, but
mm,
not always. They will
mm.
firstly test your programming skills.
Mm,
Maybe it can be PySpark focused
mm.
and it can be SQL focused also. Because
Okay.
if a candidate is good in SQL and PySpark, that's what I have observed, then
Uh,
he can learn anything,
mm,
right?
mm,
Even if he doesn't know Azure Databricks, even if he doesn't know Azure Data Factory, he can
mm,
learn that. So,
mm,
first preference of the interviewer will be to test his programming skills on PySpark, especially or Scala Spark, whichever language is comfortable, and of
mm,
course SQL. And
mm,
again, whatever they are learning, if you're
mm.
coming from the experience background, you
Mm.
have to expect an intermediate level of questions in SQL and PySpark.
Okay, 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 okay. That is the current trend in the industry, right?
Current trending. It is not like you are getting simple SQL questions, like rank, dense rank, delete, lag, or
Mm.
number of records after every type of join. These are some old questions I'll see now. Now
Oh.
the level has increased for every
Mm,
company. Maybe it is service based. I have seen. Maybe it is consulting, or maybe if
mm,
it is a product based company.
mm.
Everyone want now quality data engineers.
Okay, okay. That is the new trend. Actually, previously it was like simple questions we are
Simple
getting,
questions,
we
right?
are just answering. Then like there is no coding rounds also. But currently there are trend like coding rounds also, right, Priya? And
Right, right.
coding round in you attended a lot of interviews, right? You think like that which coding like PySpark coding because you applied for the cloud engineer position, like so which coding will be preferred? Is it Python or PySpark or SQL?
I'll say three of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it can be two also. Sometimes PySpark and SQL,
Hmm.
and it can be three also, depending on
Okay.
the length of the interview. Let's say if
Okay.
an interviewer is asking a PySpark question, okay,
Hmm.
then he will ask you SQL question. Then there
Hmm.
is no choice that he can ask Python question or not because he is able to solve the PySpark question, right? But
Ah.
some are like they're asking Python question, then they are
Hmm.
asking PySpark and SQL. And some will
Hmm.
be like they will be giving one scenario and they will be asking you to solve that using Python, using PySpark, and using SQL. So in this
Hmm.
way, they will test your all three skills.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. So that is the normal scenario currently, right?
Right.
And Because is it hack rank or any metal framework? What will be the first round will be, Priya?
Uh, it depends still on the company which you are applying for. It can be
Hmm.
live coding also. They'll be giving one scenario and you have to solve. When it comes to
Okay.
consulting companies, the trend
Hmm.
is they will be giving one online test, right? It can be hacker rank also. It can be metal also.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, when
Hmm.
it
Okay.
comes to product-based company, there can be a live coding also, and there
Hmm.
can be an online assessment also, like hacker rank.
Okay. And for example, live coding. Live coding, they ask you to open your notepad and write your code or something like that, or just giving a hack rank.
No. So what I observed in many companies, they will ask you to share your screen and open Notepad and code it. Okay.
Hmm.
In some companies, they will be having their own platform. Okay,
Hmm.
wherein you will be writing your code. You don't have to
Okay.
run it. You are
Hmm.
just only have to show the logic and the code that you have written. Okay.
Written.
So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, that is it.
And the syntax also, Priya, syntax also, because some of the syntax we definitely forgot, right? How the syntax also we need to remember for these cases.
But I believe, see, if you're daily working in PySpark,
Hmm.
syntax will not be an issue.
Hmm.
You are
Hmm.
not working, but for a data engineer, you have to prepare for the interview. You
Hmm.
practice it so that you will be remembered. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
what happens in many interviews,
Hmm.
they will not take care of you know, they will not point on the syntax. They
Oh.
will only focus on the logic part.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
in many cases, they will say if a candidate is able to construct a schema or not.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
he knows that how to read a CS, these are simple questions, okay?
Hmm. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
many times
Okay.
he will say, okay, don't care of the syntax, just write the logic. That's it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that also depends, interview to interview.
Okay, okay. So this is also asking question in our community also because maybe I'm not aware about the syntax and sometimes it was forgot because internet is there. We just go and the ChatGPT also there. We just take the data and put it there. So this kind of information, that is the reason I'm asking too, if it's syntax is a vital role in our programming or in this. Normally we can explain the logic and we can crack the companies, but in sometimes they will ask because syntax is also some important role, right? So that is
Yeah,
the reason I'm just asking you.
because
And
sometimes what happens, interviewer
hmm,
wants to know whether he is aware of the syntax or not. Maybe
uh,
we have told the logic, but still he wants to check whether
hmm,
he knows or not. Okay.
hmm,
So
hmm.
yeah, that we have to make sure that we know each and everything, syntax also and logic also.
Okay, okay. Both we need, right? Okay, got it. Yeah. And next question will be Priya. So when you're like when you have an implement, because when you join in your new company, so how it will be like? Is it like a what are the technology is like there? Mean more focus on your career. Like is it data engineering or machine learning or data scientist kind of position you want to stay at least in your future career?
Okay, so currently I will focus on, because in data engineering there are a lot of new tools coming. Let's say
Yes.
DBT, right?
Uh, yes.
Uh, so I will try firstly the skills which I am not having hands-on or project experience. I'll try
Hmm.
to cover that also because you have to be updated, right?
Hmm.
Let's
Yes.
say DBT is new in the market, so you have to
Hmm.
explore that also.
Hmm.
After that, now if I'm satisfied, okay, now data engineering is done. So if
Hmm.
given a chance, I'll focus on machine learning or the data science options. Okay.
Hmm.
So that is my one of my inspiration to be, at least not only one role, but you are skilled in multiple roles. But first priority will be to get more, confidence on data engineering.
Mm-hmm. Got it, Priya. Yeah. And finally, I'm just asking to you because as a means you can share your knowledge because there are a lot of helping hand around us. Just give a motivation course to them. How you can achieve this success.
Okay, so I'll give my own example. Sometimes the situation will be in your control, but
Mm,
many times it will be not, majority of the time. Okay,
mm,
especially when you need that situation in your control.
mm,
Let's say if you're preparing for the interview.
mm,
The one case is we struggle, right? Okay,
mm,
let's first prepare and then let's start the giving interview. Okay, but I will suggest you prepare, let's say for 1 week or 2 weeks, you start giving interviews.
Mm.
because you will know the pattern of question, right? And at later moment of time, those questions will be repeating in some or the other interview,
Mm.
some or the
Exactly.
other company. Okay,
Mm.
so you have to stay motivated. Okay,
Mm.
so meditation is one. Okay, so that is because of you which I opted.
Mm.
That can help you in focusing on your goals, right?
Definitely, Priya.
Maintaining a
Meditation.
timetable can be difficult, but it
Mm.
can be achieved. You're clear
Yes.
about your goals, and
Mm.
also listening to the spiritual songs or the
Mm.
motivational songs,
Mm.
especially in the morning, or
Mm.
especially like whatever the type of learner you are, the night owl or the morning, early morning. Okay,
Mm.
so songs also, spiritual songs especially I prefer
Mm.
the more the and the right practice
Mm.
you have to maintain a timetable, okay,
Mm.
and practice and give interviews,
Mm.
so yeah, that's how you can crack any interview.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
And even
See?
if you are facing rejections, right, it is not
Ah.
like you have given an interview, let's say given 10 interviews, it is not possible that you clear all, right? So
Mm.
there will
Yes.
be a time you'll be getting rejection also, but I
Mm.
think it will, demotivate you for some time, but
Mm.
that will also empower you in another way. Okay, these are the points which I am lacking that I need
Mm.
to prepare, and that will be helpful in the next interview. So yeah,
Mm.
that learning we can do.
We can, okay. So I think the core concept, anyone can achieve the dreams when you practicing the
Correct.
constant practice every day. And if you, because our community also, right, we are suggesting to join the 5 a.m. and all, because I know most of the people not able to join that time, but it will be really good. The morning meditation, affirmation, visualization, and we are practicing whatever the goals we are setting, focusing the goal. And these are the really one thing always outside, because in the previous videos also I also mentioned this. Maybe if you can see the Priya's success stories also, that is also have a factor, because that will stay our as a goal for a longer time period if you get more rejections and all. So
Right.
yes, actually you can see the Priya's happy faces also. So Priya, we can see more from you in the next coming months and all, once you join your new company. And very best to you all your success. And you need some. Actually, I'm pinning LinkedIn Priya's LinkedIn link also in this description box. You can definitely call Priya or message Priya. She's definitely help you, because that is the community kind of thing we are developing, right, Priya? This kind of helping hand, whoever really wants some help from our side and all. Okay, anyway, thank you, Priya, thank you so much for joining this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you.